Venomous snakes. What to do when you encounter the world's deadliest snake? Did you know that some snakes can kill in a matter of minutes? Just imagine if you came across the world's deadliest snake. In this video, we'll show you what you really need to survive an encounter with these venomous snakes, and how acting quickly can be the difference between life and death. We'll explore, in a direct and practical way, the deadliest snakes and the essential steps to protect yourself. How to react if a venomous snake comes your way. What to do if you get bitten. If you've ever said this to yourself, this isn't the right place. Staying here will teach you everything you need to know to be prepared, whether for an adventure in nature or even for unexpected situations in everyday life. Want to ensure your safety in a world full of unknown dangers? Then don't leave this video. Russell's Viper. The Russell's Viper is one of the most feared venomous snakes in Asia, and for good reason. Its venom directly attacks blood clotting, turning the victim's body into a veritable internal battlefield. The result? Uncontrollable hemorrhages that lead to multiple organ failure. It is one of the main causes of fatal snake attacks in the region, precisely because it inhabits areas close to villages. Have you ever imagined walking along a trail and, without warning, stepping near one of these deadly snakes? If that happens, every second counts. The danger of this viper lies not only in its venom, but also in its stealthy behavior. Unlike other venomous snakes, which prefer to avoid conflict, the Russell's Viper is patient and can remain motionless for hours, waiting for the right moment to strike. It is precisely this strategy that makes it such a great threat. Many snake attacks occur because people simply do not see them. In India and Sri Lanka, for example, farm workers are frequent targets. And if you think thick boots are enough protection, think again. Their bite is strong enough to pierce tough leather. Now, if the worst happens and someone is bitten by one of the world's most dangerous snakes, the first rule is to stay calm, which, let's face it, is much easier said than done. The victim should be immobilized to prevent the venom from spreading faster, and medical attention should be sought immediately. In Southeast Asia, hospitals already have specific antidotes for this deadly snake, but their effectiveness depends on the response time. And the scariest thing? Many survivors report that the damage caused by the venom can last for months, leaving permanent scars. Now, if this snake has already made your hair stand on end, wait until you meet the next one on the list. King Cobra. If there's one snake that deserves the title of royalty, it's the King Cobra. Not only is it the longest venomous snake in the world, reaching an impressive 18 feet, it also injects an absurd amount of venom with each bite, enough to kill a full-grown elephant. Now, imagine what that does to a human being. Its venom attacks the nervous system, paralyzing muscles and stopping breathing in a matter of minutes. But the scariest thing? Unlike other venomous snakes that bite and retreat, the King Cobra can stalk its prey, raising a third of its body and fixing its icy stare on the target. This deadly serpent is not only dangerous, but also incredibly intelligent. It confirms patterns, learns from experience, and can even choose to attack or retreat depending on the situation. But if it feels its territory is threatened, especially during breeding season, its aggression increases dramatically. There have been recorded cases of snake attacks where a king cobra chased intruders for meters before delivering its bite. That's why venomous snake experts always warn, when encountering a king cobra, the best strategy is not to fight, run, or scream, it's to back away slowly and pray that it loses interest. And if you think this most venomous snake in the world is enough of a nightmare, you should know that it also feeds on other snakes. That's right, its diet includes venomous snakes such as the black mamba and the Russell's Viper. In other words, it dominates the top of the food chain among venomous snakes in Asia. However, even though it is a formidable predator, the king cobra faces real threats, the destruction of its habitat and illegal hunting for the black market. But before you feel sorry for it, wait until you meet the next snake that is responsible for more human deaths than any other. Saw-scaled viper. If there is one snake that causes panic among the residents of India, it is the saw-scaled viper. Small, discreet, and extremely venomous, it is responsible for the largest number of fatal snake attacks in the region. This is because it prefers to live close to inhabited areas, hiding in gardens, plantations, and even inside houses. Its venom is a real nightmare. It injures tissue, prevents blood from clotting, and causes extreme pain. Imagine a wound that won't stop bleeding, accompanied by swelling and necrosis. Well, It's no wonder that this deadly snake is considered one of the most dangerous snakes in the world. Unlike other venomous snakes that attack only when they feel threatened, the saw-scaled viper is temperamental and doesn't hesitate to bite. The worst part? Its attack is silent and fast. Many victims don't even realize they've been bitten until they experience the first symptoms, which include dizziness, excessive sweating, and a burning pain that spreads quickly. In rural areas, where access to hospitals is difficult, the chances of survival are significantly reduced. For those working in the fields, a simple pair of leather gloves and boots can be the difference between life and death. But don't think that this snake is easy to identify. Its camouflaged coloring makes it go unnoticed even by the most attentive eyes. That's exactly what makes it so lethal. Venomous snake experts warn that the best way to avoid encountering this viper is to always watch where you step, use flashlights at night, and never put your hands in holes or crevices that are not visible. Now, if you think that this snake is already dangerous enough, wait until you meet the next one, which can blind a person without even needing to bite them. Philippine Cobra. If a venomous snake is already scary, imagine one that doesn't even need to bite you to cause irreversible damage. The Philippine Cobra, also known as the Philippine spitting cobra, has the impressive and terrifying ability to shoot its venom up to 3 meters away. And don't think it's a misfire, because this deadly snake is incredibly accurate. Its venom, which is highly neurotoxic, can cause permanent blindness to the eyes, as well as paralysis and respiratory failure. In other words, if you come face to face with this snake, there's no point in blinking. It can turn a simple encounter into a tragedy. Unlike other venomous snakes, which use venom only for defense or hunting, the Philippine Cobra doesn't seem to have received any warning before attacking. And the most curious thing? It usually waits for the venom to be released before biting, as a warning that it's ready to fight. If the victim doesn't back away, then it bites, and then the situation gets complicated. Its venom spreads through the nervous system, causing difficulty breathing and leading to death within a few hours if immediate help is not provided. This aggressive behavior makes it one of the most dangerous snakes in the world and a real nightmare for anyone who encounters it unprepared. And do you know what makes the situation even scarier? The Philippine Cobra likes to live near rivers, forests, and plantations, exactly where humans usually pass by. Farmers and fishermen are often attacked, and cases of accidents with this venomous snake from Asia are not uncommon. If you are one day in a wooded area and hear a strange hissing sound coming from the leaves, think twice before approaching. But, as lethal as this snake is, it is still not the most venomous in the ocean. Belcher's sea snake. Now imagine swimming peacefully in tropical waters and, without realizing it, coming across one of the most dangerous snakes in the world. The Belcher's sea snake is small, has an elegant, striped body, and may even seem harmless at first glance. But don't be fooled. Its venom is among the most potent ever recorded, being up to 100 times more toxic than that of a land snake. The curious detail? This deadly serpent rarely bites humans, which, fortunately, prevents a greater number of fatalities. However, for fishermen who are accidentally caught in their nets, the risk is real and lethal. Unlike venomous snakes that live on dry land, the Belcher's sea snake moves with mesmerizing grace in the water, gliding effortlessly. Its venom, a powerful neurotoxin, can cause total muscle paralysis and respiratory failure in just a few minutes. The problem? Because the first symptoms can be subtle, many victims do not realize the severity of the situation until it is too late. On the high seas, far from any hospital, a simple attack from this snake can be a death sentence. The scariest thing is that this venomous snake shares its habitat with divers and swimmers, especially in Southeast Asia and Australia. Fortunately, it is not aggressive and only attacks if provoked. So, if you are ever exploring coral reefs or sailing through crystal clear waters, the best advice is to respect the space of these dangerous animals. But don't think that the most lethal snakes are only found in the sea. This one has one of the fastest attacks in the animal kingdom and can kill in just a few minutes. Coastal taipan. If there is a snake that deserves absolute respect, it is the coastal taipan. Fast, aggressive, and with a venom that kills in less than 30 minutes, this deadly serpent does not mess around. Its attack is a veritable flurry of blows. It bites several times in succession, injecting an absurd amount of venom with each attack. Just to give you an idea, a single bite has enough disadvantages to finish off 56 adult men. If an unfortunate person crosses its path without taking due care, the situation can become irreversible before they can even get help. This lethal snake has been found in Australia and in some regions of Papua New Guinea, where it usually inhabits tropical forests and coastal areas. Unlike some more timid venomous snakes, the coastal taipan does not hesitate to attack if it feels threatened. Its neurotoxic and hemotoxic venom is brutal, causing rapid paralysis and internal hemorrhaging that leads to multiple organ failure. The worst? Its attack is so fast that even if a person tries to react, the chances of escaping or not are minimal. Despite being extremely dangerous, this venomous snake does not seek human confrontation, attacking only when it feels cornered. But if by chance someone comes face to face with a coastal taipan, the best course of action is to avoid sudden movements and retreat slowly. Australia has already been confirmed as home to the most dangerous creatures in the world, but believe me, the next snake on the list makes even Australians' hair stand on end. Black mamba. If there is a snake that makes even the bravest think twice before approaching it, it is the black mamba. Considered the fastest snake in Africa, it slithers across the ground at an incredible 20 kilometers per hour, enough to chase its prey, or any unlucky person who crosses its path, without giving it a chance to escape. But it is not only its speed that scares. Its venom is a devastating neurotoxin, capable of killing a human in just 20 minutes. A single bite injects enough venom to take the lives of up to 10 people, making it one of the most dangerous snakes in the world. Contrary to what many people think, the black mamba does not get its name because of the color of its body, which can vary from gray to olive brown. The black comes from the inside of its mouth, an intimidating warning that it displays before attacking. And if it decides to attack, it is best to run, or not even try, because its agility makes any attempt useless. Its venom attacks the nervous system with frightening speed, causing total paralysis and respiratory failure. Without antivenom, the mortality rate is practically 100%. Despite its fearsome reputation, this venomous snake avoids human contact as much as possible. However, if cornered, it becomes one of the most aggressive animals you can find in nature. Stories of fatal attacks are not uncommon, and even snake experts know that messing with a black mamba is inviting danger. But if you think this snake is scary enough, wait until you meet the next one, a snake that attacks its victims while they sleep, without them realizing the danger is coming. Blue crate. Imagine lying peacefully, unaware that death is waiting, ready to strike while you sleep. The blue crate, one of the deadliest snakes in the world, acts silently and lethally, taking advantage of the fragility of human sleep to launch its attack. Its bite is so powerful that its venom is 16 times stronger than that of a common cobra. And the worst part is that the victim usually doesn't feel anything until it's too late. In a short space of time, the venom spreads, paralyzing the body and stopping breathing, resulting in death if there is no immediate intervention. Unlike other snakes, which are more visible and often more aggressive, the blue crate is a master of camouflage. It is active mainly at night and hides in holes or crevices, where it is difficult to detect. This makes encountering it even more treacherous. People living in tropical areas of Asia, where this snake is most common, should always be alert, as a simple blink of an eye can be enough to come across this silent predator. Despite its reclusive nature, the blue crate will not hesitate to attack if it feels threatened. And the speed with which its venom acts makes any attempt to save itself a challenge. For those who live in regions where this snake is common, it is essential to take precautions to avoid contact, especially at night. And if you think the crate is dangerous, wait until you discover the next snake, which is not only deadly, but also a real nightmare for those who encounter it. Eastern brown snake. In the vastness of Australia, the eastern brown snake stands out not only for its appearance, but for the speed and ferocity of its attacks. Considered one of the deadliest snakes on the continent, this venomous snake can cause rapid organ failure and even heart attacks with a single bite. Its speed is impressive. It can reach up to 16 kilometers per hour in a short space of time, making it a threat that is almost impossible to escape. Even if you are an experienced runner, an encounter with this snake would be a real challenge to your survival. The venom of the eastern brown snake contains a mixture of neurotoxins and hemotoxins that quickly affect the nervous system and circulatory system. The first symptoms include intense pain, nausea and shortness of breath, followed by the failure of the internal organs. Without antivenom, the lifespan after a bite is somewhat limited. The good news is that, fortunately, the eastern brown snake does not usually attack without reason. It prefers to avoid humans, but if it feels threatened, it will not hesitate to react quickly and effectively. While this snake is feared in Australia, it also represents an example of how incredibly adaptable nature can be. Its ability to hide in dense forests and move quickly makes it a formidable predator. If you're in tropical or coastal areas of Australia, it's essential to take precautions, such as wearing high boots and being alert to signs of its presence. Now, if you think the eastern brown snake is a fearsome threat, get ready. The next snake on the list holds the title of world's most venomous. Inland taipan. The inland taipan is without a doubt the most venomous snake in the world. With an extremely potent venom, it is capable of killing a human being in less than an hour. The inland taipan's venom contains toxins that affect the nervous system and the blood clotting system, resulting in progressive paralysis and internal bleeding. A single bite can inject enough venom to kill up to 100 men. This venom is so deadly that snake experts say that the inland taipan is a true destruction machine for nature. Despite its lethal power, the inland taipan is, for the most part, reclusive and prefers to avoid contact with humans. It inhabits the most remote regions of Australia, in dry and arid areas, far from civilization. Its shy behavior and tendency to avoid conflict make it less dangerous than other snakes, as it does not usually attack unless disturbed. But if you are unfortunate enough to come across one, the speed of its attack and the strength of its venom make any attempt to escape nearly impossible. It is interesting to note that, although this snake is so dangerous, cases of fatal attacks are very rare, as its nature avoids human contact. It hides in holes and crevices in the ground, waiting for the opportunity to hunt its prey, such as small rodents. For those who live in Australia, the inland taipan is a legend of the local fauna, feared, but also admired for its ability to hide and survive in such an inhospitable environment. Next, get ready to meet a snake that combines lethal venom and a global reputation for being the most lethal of all snake species. You already know the most deadly snakes on the planet, those that challenge even the limits of survival. Now, the question is, would you be prepared to face these dangerous animals if you came across one of them? Remember, knowledge is your greatest protection, and now you have the advantage of better understanding what to do when faced with a venomous snake. Don't let a lack of preparation be the reason for your fatality. If you want to continue learning how to protect yourself from threats like these and become an expert in safety and survival, don't waste any more time. Subscribe to our channel now and turn on notifications to always stay up to date with our exclusive content. This is the time to transform your view of the wild world and prepare for the unexpected.